everyone! So today's video is back to school binder, supplies, and locker organization. This is just what I like to do, but by all means you don't have to do this, but this is just what I recommend. My first tip is to write your class on the supplies that you have. This may seem unnecessary, but believe me, it'll help. Even if you have different colored and patterned stuff, it still helps. So you can write on the folder like I just showed you, or if you want to make it a little cuter, then I just took some duct tape I got at Target and then put a little strip of that on my notebook and then wrote on top of that with Sharpie.
Cut me some slack, 'cause you know I try my hardest.
I also did that on my binder, and instead of writing down the side of your binder, you can make it really cute using a strip of duct tape there as well. My second tip is to use tabs. These are actually required in some of our classes at my school because they're so easy to keep organized. You just label them with different things, and then when you turn to that tab, you have all the papers for that. So I like labeling mine a place for homework, my notes throughout the year, and then we have to keep quizzes and tests at my school, so I make a thing for that. And then I also just put one for other for wherever else I need. And then I just put my loose notebook paper in the front of my binder so it's easily accessible throughout the day. My third tip is to not take all of your writing utensils and supplies with you, only take what you need. So I just took a few pens, 4 in some different colors, and then usually pencils come in big packs, like this one is 30, and you obviously don't need 30 pencils the first day of school, so I just took out 4 for as of now and put them in my pouch, and then I actually kept a few more in my locker, but then you can just save those for the rest of the year. So I put 2 more pencils in, regular pencils, and then I just put 1 big eraser and all my cap erasers, and kept the 2 other big erasers in my locker, so I'm not lugging them around with me from class to class. And then since I only had 3 highlighters, I just put all 3 of those in, but if you have like 16, it came in a pack, you don't need to take all those with you. And yeah, that's it. It's super easy to take. My fourth tip is to use a planner. I cannot tell you how much this has helped me. Mine is from Green Room. I love it because it has a place for you to write your schedule from school, and then it also has a month calendar so you can mark out days of the month, and it helps there, with month-long things. And then it has a section for notes, which I like to doodle or write down other things that I need. And then there's also a place that has days of the week. So here I just write down my homework that I have for that day, just stuff like that. And then another section for notes is down at the bottom, where I'll usually just put like book project due 2 Fridays and the 17th, or just little stuff like that. And then it also has all the months and a place for resources and contacts where you can put websites and things. And there's a holiday tab with all the different holiday dates and a map. And so yes, I definitely recommend a planner. Now let's get on to locker organization and what I would keep in my locker. Since I don't have a locker in my room, I'm just going to show you on this blank wall what I would keep in mine. So I definitely recommend locker dividers. These are amazing. This is a 12-inch one, and then I also like a smaller one, an 8-inch one. Those are the only 2 that'll fit in my locker because we have small ones. But then I just put all my binders and books on the bottom and wrote on the side, so from my view of the locker I can easily see what's for which class. And then I put notebooks with each class with their binders, so like history has its notebooks beside each other and stuff like that. On the second shelf, I just keep easily accessible items like my planner and pens and pencils when I'm not carrying them around. Then on the very top shelf, I just keep my backpack and lunchbox because it's up there and out of my way, and I usually don't need that a lot throughout the day. I don't have an actual magnetic locker with me, but my whiteboard's magnetic, so I'm just going to show you what I would keep on this side of the locker. I first recommend one of these little cups just to keep extra erasers. I put my math calculator and some extra pens and pencils that I might need throughout the classes if I lose one or something. That's just good to keep there. And then I also just like having a mirror so I can glance at myself in between classes.
This is serial monogamist, I'm getting tired of it.